tie a fantastic little uh, bait fish imitation that I learned it's the first fly that I ever learned to tie at a fishing show in Dallas many years ago. I don't know the name of it. I call it a tadpole. I'm not sure what the guy that showed me how to tie it calls it. He kind of disappeared after after that show. I never saw him again, and so I could never ask him. Anyway, this is a Gamakatsu. Now this is everything's gonna look backwards because I have to reverse my camera because my phone, I'm filming with my phone, and the charge, I can't do the cord charger. I have to do it in uh, uh, the, the the little deal you put it, the little magnetic charger, because it tells me there's water in my charging port and I can't get it to stop doing it. So anyway, everything has to be done backwards. That's okay. This is a Gamakatsu 1/0 1/0 SC15 saltwater wide gap. This is the perfect size for this bait. This is super easy tie. Wanted to show it to you because I've had luck with this bait for many years on Lake Fork. When I first started fishing out here, I didn't know what to fish with. There wasn't any guidance. Nobody fly fished out here except a guide that I knew, and who has since moved on to bigger and better things. And so that's why I'm guiding out here now. Incidentally, kind of filling his space. So that's our hook, and then we're going to use some white zonker, just some white zonker, and this is the zonker. This is the narrower hide. This is a narrower hide. It doesn't have. It's not that really wide stuff. I want this narrow hide. It works better for a tail. And then we're going to just use white egg yarn and some eyes, and that's it. It's very simple. And what we're going to do first is we're going to cut, and it's a little breezy out here on the deck today, so I've got to have a little container that I put this in, but we're going to cut this egg yarn into pieces that are about 1/4 inch or ½ inch if you want, wide. So that'll be the first thing that we do, is we got to cut a bunch of this stuff up. And I'd say take a piece about 6 inches long, probably about what this is, and cut it into ½ inch. You can always cut more. Egg yarn is a fantastic material to tie flies with. It's easy, it's flexible. Once you get it in there, it's easy to make it. If you want a good dense fly, it's good for that. I know a lot of you guys that tie flies for salmon fishing use it. Bass guys, not so much. I haven't seen a lot of bass guys using egg yarn. So I've got my zonker, and I'm going to tie it in. I'm going to just leave the fibers on it and tie it in just like that. It's right on that fresh glue, so I know it won't come off. I'm going to make sure that I've got it lined up properly with the hook where the zonker is lining with the hook. There's my tail. Now it's way long. I'm going to end up cutting that shorter. Now it's the simple part, and that's tying these little pieces in. We're just going to stack them in. I'll do one turn, and I'm going to stack it right around that hook until I get it built up the way I want it. I don't have any blank spots. Just like that. I can always push it back. If I think I have a little blank spot like I do right here, then I'm going to just add a piece. It's that easy, really. Now I'm going to pull my thread forward, give it a couple of turns, and this is just like if you were spinning deer hair. I'm going to add some more of the egg yarn. Flip it around here, and I'm going to keep building up that egg yarn. Now when I do this, I'm going to go ahead and press it in, pack it back in there. I like mine good and dense. This is a very, very durable fly. I have some that are really old, and I have to replace them because the egg yarn gets kind of dirty and discolored, and I don't like it as much. I like it as, you can do it in any color you want. I have 5 different colors of this. Let's put a little dab of glue right here. Just a tiny little. That's all you need with this stuff. And then we're going to wrap it a couple of times to make sure that glue gets around the hook real good. Then we're going to just advance our thread a little bit, and then we're going to keep on stacking egg yarn on here. And I'm going to build it up pretty good. That's good. Now I'm going to pack it. I'll twist it around a little bit to sort of get it where I feel it's packed in there really good and tight. Because when you start working with this stuff, it will actually fluff up on you. Now we're going to go ahead and we'll put another little drop of glue right here. Just a little dab. A little dab will do it. And then we're going to advance our thread a little bit. And we'll start packing in some more egg yarn. We're just about there. Now I had about probably, like I said, about maybe 10 inches of yarn that I stripped off of that little thing and cut up, and I have at least a third of it left at this point. I'm going to go ahead and really pack this in and try to get one more. I like to get one good one right at the eye of the hook, so I know I've got everything glued in. If you ever have a problem with this, it's going to be that the body on this thing will want to kind of twist on you, turn on you while you're fishing. And the way to deal with that is to get that glue, a little bit of glue right here at the head of your little build-up area. Then we're going to add just stick a couple more pieces that just barely going to get them in here, but I still want them right there at the eye of that hook. And here's another one. Okay, I'm going to push it back and pack it in there really hard. I'm going to wrap it and tie it off. There we go, that's it. Now that, my friends, is all there is to building that body. But now we're going to trim it. Now I want this body to look like a fish, and the mistake I've made in the past is in my trimming. And the only way you can have a mistake with this is how it acts in the water. And I had always trimmed it up where it like egg shaped all the way around, and the problem with that is it would spin in the water like an egg would. So what I learned to do is trim it flat on the bottom, just like I would do any deer hair frog that I tie, which I'll be doing a video of that soon. So we're just going to start out by just flattening that on the bottom. Now, if you want to take this thing right at the beginning and shake it really hard, you'll see that it fluffs that whole thing up. And that's kind of how you want it when you trim it, because you kind of get all that stuff at the bottom and cut it flat. Now, to go around the head, I like to start here at the eye, the hook eye, and go about a 45 degree. And I'm just going to cut that off at that angle. And I've learned that the mistake I make in trimming deer hair or things like this is I try to get too big a hurry and go too fast. And that's when I get myself in trouble. And believe me, I am accustomed to being in trouble. So, as you can see, we're starting to get a little bit of a fish body shape right here. I'm going to pull that backwards. Right there. And I'm just going to keep working it until I feel like I've got it kind of sculpted the way I want it. Now, you can go back here on this back, and when you get back towards the back, trim back down towards the tail. Don't cut the tail off, be careful with that. Kind of at an angle. Go ahead and keep trimming it till I feel like I'm getting that body shape where I want it. Now, the other thing I'll tell you is when you fish this thing, take some scissors with you, because when it gets wet, it's going to swell up. And when that happens, it's going to change that body shape a little bit. You might want to trim it in some places. I always keep scissors with me, but that's because I tie all my own flies. And sometimes I'm just going to mess with them a little bit. So you can see we're getting a nice fishy shape here. Now right now it's in the autumn, and right now in Texas, or in this part of Texas, these fish are starting to school just a little bit. You can see how that is getting that nice kind of round shape. Now you can see my tail's way too long, so I'm going to take my tail and I'm going to just bend it back, and I'm going to get it right about the eye of that hook, and I'm going to cut it at an angle. And that's really about the length I want that tail. I don't want it any longer than that. If you get the tail too long, it's going to distort the way this thing can swim in the water. My pizza just got here. Okay. So as you can see, it's got a nice little fishy shape to it. It's going to change up a little bit when it gets wet. You may have to adjust it. We're going to go ahead and shake it one more time and see if we got any more loose stuff coming out of it. We probably do. There's a little bit. Needs to get. You can kind of see where there's some little raggedy looking stuff here. We'll go ahead and shave it off. Now these scissors, guys, I got at the sewing store. I think they were 30 bucks. I've had them probably 2 or 3 years. They're really good scissors. I don't know what kind they are. They're called Karen K. Becky. I don't know. I can't read it. Okay, so here's this. Now, the only thing left to do is put the eyes on it. You need the eyes. Now, the thing with the eyes on this particular fly is that that the eyes are the only thing that gives it any sparkle. Now, I don't like to use too big eyes. If I use too big of eyes, then I'm going to, again, distort the flow of the bait. This is the size that I want to use. I don't know the sizes of these things, but that's about it right there. Whatever that is. Put that right there, and I'm going to see if I can find another one because I'm starting to run low. Oh, there they are. Okay. And I'm going to use silver. So these are the eyes that I'm using. Now, the one thing I really like about this Loctite glue is that it will, I take these things and I throw them under docks and I'm banging them all over those docks and these eyes stay. What I do is I press that thing down in there and I get a good, as deep as I can get it. And I'm gonna just line it up with that hook, the shaft of the hook. And I'm gonna press it in there. I have to use my scissors here. Now I only have to hold it there a few minutes. Now I'm going to go around and I'm going to hit the other one. I'm going to show you how that works. I'm going to try and do this where you can see it. Here's the eye. And I'm just going to get it where I want it, and I'm going to press it in. And just hold it there for a couple seconds. And that's what I love about this glue. Now, if you want it to really stay, I'm going to take a pair of tweezers and I'm going to just set them on there like that. And that will, in about, the longer I leave it on, the better. But that is our bait right there, guys. That is it. And you can make whatever size you want. I throw this with a 7 weight or an 8 weight, depending on what time of year. In the springtime, I usually use an 8 or 9 weight, use a little bit bigger. And then once everything's kind of set up, you can come back and trim it up a little bit. And then, like I said, when you're fishing with it, you can trim up a little bit. So, this is it. We call it the Tadpole. Leave a comment, any suggestions you have, or let me know if it works for you. I'd love to get some feedback from you. This is Alex signing off. I'm going to go eat my pizza.